Keela's sorrow. Keela's father, the king of Argos, died in his quest to obtain the legendary stone, Bloodsong. With it, he hoped to restore power to his kingdom and then to Barbaria. His death weighs heavily upon Keela, a swordmaster and princess. Somewhere in the northern seas, far from their home in Shorestone Castle, Keela's father died, but his quest did not end. Keela has taken up his quest for Bloodsong. Keela's lament. On her knees before her father's sarcophagus deep within the tomb of kings below Shorestone Castle, Princess Keela wept. Her father died in search of the legendary Bloodsong, a relic stone said to have powers of transmutation and invincibility. It could change simple rocks to ingots of gold, transform steel swords into brittle wax, and more, all while granting the man who wore it round his neck invulnerability. Keela's tears covered her face, and a raspy voice spoke behind her. It was Stitch, the undead. Keela rolled to the side, drawing her sword, and attacked. Round one. Ready. Fight! You win. Round two. Ready. Fight. Stitch staggered backward, narrowly escaping the fatal blow Keela was ready to deliver. He fled the tomb, dropping its portcullis as he left. He jeered at Keela, taunting that her father died at the hands of his master. And although her father had Bloodsong, he did not know how to wield it. He screamed that though Keela may now wield it, she also is ignorant of its use. Allies. Keela's father had died on a noble quest to attain Bloodsong, hoping to gain its power and bring order to Barbaria. Knowing now that the undead Stitch had information about the relic and her father, Keela would seek him out. But first, she went to Rastan of the clan Dorok. He was renowned for his strength and simple fairness. Keela hoped he might help her cause. As often happens in Barbaria, a test of metal must be made before talks could begin. They fought. Round 1. Ready. Fight. You lose. Round 2. Ready. Fight. You win. Round 3. Ready. Fight. Rastan looked worried as Keela placed her blade to his throat. She smiled, and then Rastan did too. They both erupted in laughter. They shared their tales over drink and food. Rastan's face fell sullen, and he told Keela that his wife was murdered by the same undead Stitch that accosted her. He explained that he was honing his skills now, so when he hunts the evil Stitch and his minions, he would be ready. Wishing Keela good fortune in her quest, Rastan directed her to seek knowledge from nature's guardian, Ayara, in the venomous swamp. Confused truth. Into the deep jungles that covered the venomous swamp went Keela, hacking vines and foliage aside as she went. Keela stopped to examine a broken branch when her mind was filled with memories of herself as a little girl, playing with her father. He held her high in the air and growled in her belly, and they laughed. Keela's moment of happiness was broken, with Ayara jumping down from a tree before her. She said Keela must prove herself. Round 1. Ready. Fight. You lose. Round 2. Ready. Fight. You win. Round 3. Ready. Fight. Ayara stepped back, gesturing Keela had won with a salute and slight bow. Hearing Keela's tale, Ayara told her there was far more wrong with the world than she knew. The very fabric of life was being torn by a dark magic woven by a sorcerer known as Zog. He may not be Keela's quest now, but his demise was ultimately her mission. Ayara said also that Keela and Rastan were not alone in suffering murders and losses, for there is a force at work that would not stop until all were dead. Brutal honesty. Ayara had suggested Keela look to the lower dark clans of Barbaria for a clue about who slew her father. She entered the volcanic region, where she encountered a hulking man who called himself 21. 21 raged that he would not go back and assaulted the princess. Round 1. Ready. Fight! You win. Round 2. Ready. Fight. You win. With swift strikes and clean cuts from Keela, 21 fell to his death. His eyes widened and he spoke of his being imprisoned as a child by riders. His eyes filled with tears, and he told of the zombie Stitch who came to kill him when he was left to die alone, locked in a cell with an Aquila. His cries grew fainter and weaker. 21 looked at Keela, squinting to see her, for his sight was growing black. He told her that he learned of Korath in the Land of Desolation, and that the man died, unable to finish his last words. The task. 21 was not a bad man, though his impulsive attack against Keela resulted in his death. He sought Korath on his quest, and so Keela thought to seek him. The wizard Korath, ruling lord over the desolate far east of Barbaria, seemed amused that Keela came to him for help. Playing with the heiress of Barbaria's western region, Korath told her that only when she had performed a task for him would he grant her the information she sought. Keela was no errand girl and engaged Korath. Round 1. Ready. Fight. Round 2. Ready. Fight. You lose. Round 3. Ready. Fight. Although beaten by Keela, was not subdued. He looked with confidence into Keela's eyes and told her that his death would bury forever the knowledge she wished. If she wanted it still, she must both let him live and do his task. Keela released him. Learning that a monstrous ape called Mongo terrorized his people, Korath said when Mongo was captured, he would tell her. Korathian lies. Following her meeting with the wizard Korath, Keela felt his quest to seek this ape Mongo was an errand that made little sense. Why would this Korath not capture Mongo himself, she wondered. She decided that Thieves' Guild might offer insight, for her father always told her when you sit down to play a game, do not feel afraid to look under the table. Keela went to see Fade in the spider's lair. Keela expected a conflict, for nobility and ignobility often clash. Sword and shield in hand, she descended into the darkness. Round 1. Ready. Fight. You win. Round 2. Ready. Fight.
win!
Keela's training so often under her father gave her the edge to put Fade down. Fade, always quick to find solutions, told Keela that the Guild of Thieves had always given her family the support it needed, and that she knew her father well. Unsettling as it was, Keela knew this to be true. Her father always told her that good must know evil to combat it. And if you know how it thinks, you can outwit it, he used to say. As Keela released Fade, the assassin informed her that Korath's quest against Mungo was to capture and slay him. Karmic choices. Hearing Mungo was to be captured and slain by the duplicitous Korath, Keela returned to the Land of Desolation to confront the wizard. Korath, exposed for his deceit, became angered and attacked Keela without pause. Round 1. Ready. Fight. You lose. Round 2. Ready. Fight. win. Round 3. Ready. Fight. Keela had all but finished Korath when he told her that Mongo was already captured and the relic Bloodsong was within him, fused with his heart. He spoke of a powerful magic that was already working to rip it from him, and that the ape's heart would seize when it was done, leaving him dead and his soul caught in the rift between life and death. He also said that Magnus, the man who killed her father, and his henchman Stitch were now at shipwrecked waters and would soon be in hiding, such that she would never exact her revenge. Saving Mongo. Keela raced to the prisons of Aquila, hoping to save Mongo from his fate. She entered Aquila, finding him screaming in agony from torturous spells. Korath was there, drawing blood from Mongo. Upon seeing Keela, he drew his blade. Round 1. Ready. Fight! You win. Round 2. Ready. Fight. You lose. Round 3. Ready. Fight. You win! Korath's life was waning, and he told Keela that she foiled his wish to find the relics of song. Combined, they gave their wearer eternal life, power, and wealth. Bloodsong was one of them, and now it was merged with the heart of Mongo. Korath sputtered his last words, explaining that although his life ended now, he would return through sorcery. His demon Jin was already preparing for his return. Keela freed Mongo and wished him fortune in his life, and swore she would tell none that Bloodsong was now part of him. Denial. Princess Keela was well-read and knew Barbaria's legends. If a demon was weaving the dark magic of afterlife, it would be in the lower darklands of Barbaria, where Naraka's hells touched the mortal world through Hell's Gate. She wasted no time and sped to the volcanic region where she found the demon Jin, tending to a pillar full of energy. It pulsed and throbbed, as if it drained life and energy from the world around it. Jin sprang forward and attacked. Round 1. Ready. Fight. You win! The pillar was broken. Its magical siphon of life and energy from Barbaria stopped. The pulsing throb slowed until it pumped no more. Jin's eyes winced in pain, her fiery skin turning to ash as the flames extinguished. Her summons from the Narakan hell was channeled through the mighty pillar. Without it, Jin's mortal life was over. A swirling red portal grew from a speck before the pillar of corruption. Finale. Finding strength in the memory of her father, Keela entered the magical gate revealed when she destroyed the Pillar of Corruption. She found herself stepping onto a bridge on the other side of the portal, somewhere on an island far away from any place she knew. Before her stood a mighty golem. It spoke. "I am Zog, Princess Keela of Argos. You have proven a formidable opponent, but all is for naught, foolish child. The gods themselves dare not challenge me. So who are you to think you could do better? I am Zog! Round 1. Ready. Fight! You win! The young Princess Keela defeated me, and I was finally at rest. I ravaged the world I once relished that I might live forever and appreciate all it had to offer. Instead, I ripped from it all that I valued, leaving an empty shell of what it was. My mad desires took the very thing I loved from me. I spent my life learning how to cheat death, but everything comes at a price. The price for my eternity was the world I held dear. I tried to stop it, but the magical current was too strong. I tried to stop myself, but my life power was too great. I had only one recourse to make the prophecy come true. Forgive me. Forgive me, Keela, for I was the puppeteer in your tragic life. I pulled Bloodsong from Magnus just as he delivered the death blow to your father, making sure that he too died. Bloodsong, taken from him as he would have regained life, left him between the worlds of the living and the dead. I knew he would find you looking for Bloodsong, for he wanted to live again. With your beloved father slain, you would begin your quest. I knew it all, and I am sorry for what I did. But I had to do it, Princess, I had to. How else could the world be saved? You, Keela, were the one the prophecy foretold could stop me. Your father rests, as do so many others whom I destroyed to save our world. My actions are noble, though you may not see how this day. It is your passion, Keela, that makes you special. It is your commitment to honor and truth that defines you. Never let go of that dream, no matter how impossible your quest may seem. You have slain Zog, the man the gods feared. It is your time, Eris, to take the throne of Barbaria as your own. Rule it with the same wisdom and compassion you have always shown. Care for it as Ayara did. Act only when you know you are in the right. Deceive none, for all hurt in the end. And never forget what your father taught you, for you are his daughter. I am sorry. Truly sorry.